Each team with a fumble in the first quarter. Miller over the middle, incomplete. Deontay Banks broke it up. Kevin Coleman Jr. again. They're giving Kevin Coleman Jr. a lot of reps here. Getting a workout was the intended man.
Hey, Miller's putting the ball on target, quite a bit here. Just not getting much help from his wide receivers.
Yeah, and Banks, a first-round pick in 23 for New York, able to make the play there. Coverage. Mark Gronowski, the only other Dolphins quarterback in uniform for this game, so we'll see how long Miller goes. And Pinion had that one go off the side of his foot. And the Giants going to have good field position here to start this drive. Back downstairs to Mike Cunha on the sideline, the special guest.
Down the sidelines, come out a little nicked up, never comes out, always wants to be in there, catches the ball, runs with the football. This guy is he's been outstanding since he stepped on the field here for the Miami Dolphins.
One of a trio along with Aaron Brewer and Jordan Brooks that got contract extensions. Dolphins want to reward those types of players and people. Winston on third down in trouble, fires towards the end zone for Beckham. It's broken up and incomplete. Marco Wilson was there in coverage for the Dolphins.
Keith Cooper put a little pressure on.
Yeah, now the officials are getting together here.
Pass interference. Offense number 82. Penalties decline. It's fourth down.
So that's away from where the ball went. That's on Calvin Austin. Dolphins won't take it with the incompletion. And the Giants will try a field goal.
Just like in the joint, the Giants are having their way with this football team on both sides. And we're going to go through that process until the regular season starts and they finalize all these things where, this is going to be a revolving door. Even this week, I think it's the coaching staff's going to get to the point where, look, if they see a guy that they know is not going to make the team, just let's move him on, get somebody else. Hopefully you find a diamond in the rough by doing that. But there's going to be a lot of movement between now and the time the first game starts. A lot of movement on this football team.
Zavada helping his cause, trying to win the kicking battle. The rookie out of Michigan with a 43-yarder. 10-0 game, second quarter at Hard Rock. Today, but the D's able to get the stop. Now Jalen Reagor, the wide receiver, gets an opportunity on a kick return. And here he comes to the near side across the 20. Flags come in from the backside as he's run out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
It's going to be a holding of the Dolphins.
Well, that would be the second special teams penalty.
During the return, holding. Receiving team number 32. 10-yard penalty. It's first down and 10.
That's safety Lonnie Johnson Jr., the veteran, called for holding.
It's tough on those blocks because you don't know where the running backs go or the receivers, the kick return is going. You're trying to push a guy outside, see if he's going to cut back, but he kind of runs right into the tackle. And not a lot you can do about that.
Yeah, some of those penalties, that's what'll bother, Jeff Hafley.
Yep.
Wants to really, have this team be disciplined. Ollie Gordon with a big burst, but a flag comes in all the way out to the 37-yard line, but this one's going to come back for holding.
Another hold. Nice run.
Holding. Offense number 67. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So Cam Miller backed up once again. Heck with the hold. And, so much so that, we saw the Ollie Gordon, personal foul last week after he got kicked and he flipped the ball at the guy. Jeff Hafley this week said about the pre and post snap penalties, and he probably sounds like a coach that you played your entire career for. He said they're selfish and they're disrespectful to the team.
Yeah. And look, you just can't have it happen. It is discipline. Sometimes it's going to happen just because you get out of position, but it's those cheap little things that, look, in this team this year is not going to be good enough to be able to win games if you're beating yourself through penalties throughout the course of the games. And so, and all he can do is just keep pounding it in, pounding in. And if, you know, guy just keeps doing it, you know, the best thing is sit down. You got to sit down on the bench a little bit and think about it. And, but look, we saw it last week with Ollie, and I thought he handled it really well. Took him right out, went face to face with them, and then went back to and got back again when they looked at the films, at the tapes, and reinforced, hey, we're not going to have this. It's not going to, you know, we're just not going to tolerate it.
2nd and long for Miller. Out in the flat, and he's got his man. That's Will Kazmarek, the rookie tight end out of Ohio State, a 3rd-round pick for the Dolphins. Newman made the tackle.
Yeah, Will's been a nice addition. I mean, he's an inline blocker. I mean, he blocks. When he blocks you. He's got the ability to catch the ball. I think they were surprised maybe about how well he catches the ball and the way he runs routes. I think they were thinking he's going to be just one of those blocking guys. But I think that tight end room, when Ben Sims comes back and Dolchich, it's going to be a pretty nice piece of this team.
Yeah, Kazmarek, we talked to him yesterday, said, you know, he thinks the Dolphins surprised both Washington and the Giants in the joint practices with the physicality.
Yep.
Maybe they weren't expecting that based on the past. 3rd down now for Miller. The throw in tight coverage. And the catch is made by Taj Washington.
Nice.
He had a man blanketed all over him. The Debo was in the coverage. I believe it's short. Yeah, it'll be a couple of yards short of the 1st down, though.
And we want to just concentrate on the football. That guy was all over.
Taj Washington, you know, went through some injuries last year, a former 7th-round pick out of USC. He's going to have to do more of that to make the roster. That was a good catch. Another pretty good throw by Cam Miller.
Yeah, he's done nice back there. I mean, he's had pressure on him, and sometimes he's just stepped up in that pocket, made positive throws. Didn't get a lot of help from some of his receivers, but he's putting the ball on the money.
Gibson from his own 29, fair catch for the Giants. They've got a 10-0 lead in the.
He's everything you expected, and maybe more, this early in his going.
Limited playing time last week. Looks like very limited here today as well. Giants take over their own 29. Winston play action. Has time. Looks. Flings it out to Singletary. Willie Gay Jr. ran him out of bounds after a pickup about 6.
A little zone coverage. Looking at the quarterback. Was able to come up and get him short of the 1st down marker. Well, he's just a solid guy when he gets in their plays.
Well, that was the big question last year, right? He had the great preseason, and the team struggled out of the gates, and why he didn't play more was a question.
Well, Dotson and that duo of Dotson and Brooks, I mean, it was, you know, you need dynamite to get those guys out of the game.
Singletary across the 35, gets close to the marker. Dolphins then
get a couple yards.
Yeah, he just got it at the 40. So let's see him on the field here today for the 1st time. New set of downs for Winston. Send Austin in motion. Winston's going to throw. Pressure. Finds a man, though. Inside Dolphin territory. It's Slayton taken down by Marco Wilson to the Miami 41 and a 1st down. Pickup of 19 yards.
Easy throw, catch, good route. Soft coverage.
Yeah, Juju Brent's out of the Dolphin lineup, and you know, Johnson and Marshall have left the game, so veteran guy like Slayton gets to work against some of these corners, trying to make the Dolphins roster. And a burst through the line. And a big gain on 1st down for Singletary at a Deerfield Beach. Playing at home here today.
You know, John Harbaugh comes to this Giants team with a big resume, great coach, 18 years with Baltimore, and then he gets a number of really good draft picks. At 2 first-round picks. Big guys, you get a big linebacker, you get a big offensive lineman, you get some other guys, and he goes out to training camp. It has a tough training camp, 9 days of just one tougher practice after the other, and that's the type of team that this team can look forward to. The Dolphins next year Because now look, we all know what you got 40 some odd guys on one-year contracts.
About half the roster.
About half the roster, and when we saw last week, your front line guys are pretty good, you know, on both sides, offensive line, defensive line. You know, you're trying to find those edge rushers. You know, you know, it's when we first started training camp, you go, geez, who's going to be the wide receiver? You know, but now all of a sudden, we got 3 rookies that are playing well. You got Marshall back there, and so or Washington, I mean, back there, and you're starting to see something there. But there's going to be holes in this team that they're going to have to fill.
Uh-oh, it's Odell Beckham Jr. He likes that. Crowd buzzing, first down.
So they're going to have to fill those holes. But I know when you get in the regular season, I think you're going to be seeing a completely different product than what we've been seeing during the preseason. And there may be 8, 10, 12, 13 players that aren't here right now on this roster on opening day.
Yeah, that's possible. I mentioned, you know, Riley and Dix, a couple linebackers they just got in. So Odell Beckham Jr. trying to make the roster. Shows well there, and the Giants have a first down at the Miami 14. Jameis Winston's having himself a nice first half. They go on the ground here. Singletary has no room at all. Dolphins got some penetration that time. There's Odell. They say, hang on, not going in just yet. Jackson Woodard made the tackle for the Dolphins. Gain of 1. Odell's having a little laugh there. Now, he had that good year a few years ago for John Harbaugh and the Ravens.
Yep.
And came here to Miami a couple of years ago, was, you know, played what, half the games
a little
maybe?
bit, yeah.
A few grabs, that was it. Closing it on 5 minutes to go in the first half. 10-0 New York. Singletary bounces outside. 10-5. He finds the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. 13-yard run for the South Florida native, Devin Singletary.
Well, that's about the 3rd or the 4th time where they, you know, kind of dipped inside, and then the perimeter kind of crashed in on it and got the bounce out for long yardage. It's tough.
And again, you know, you talk about that depth for the Dolphins. You know, Chop Robinson didn't play in this game, but hey, give the Giants credit. They've been efficient, doing what they need to do. That's Austin Clark, defensive line coach, having a conversation with Jeff Hafley. Came over from Green Bay as defensive coordinator, the new head coach of the Dolphins, Hafley. The extra point. Zvada is good. And the Giants with 5 on a roster spot from inside his own 10. 30-35. And good blocking and return for Rager before taken down finally by Muasau. Stay with us at the half. The search for this year's CBS Miami Natmore Trophy winner continues. We'll profile 5-star wide receiver Amir Sears of Columbus High School. You can go to natmoretrophy.com and nominate your favorite South Florida high school player. And be sure to stay with CBS News Miami. All coming up at the half. Ollie Gordon, the running back. Cam Miller remains in at quarterback for the Dolphins. Miller has Traore, another one of the Dolphin rookies, but taken down pretty quickly. Got 3 yards on the play. Nick Jones on the tackle. Seydou Traore, 5th-round pick out of Mississippi State. Grew up in London, England. He was born in France. Chris Tabor, special teams coach, and he plays a lot of specials, and said, you know, they have a little fun when he comes in the room. They all say who, and they say do.
They're looking for a fullback. They want to have a fullback in this offense.
Yeah, DJ Herman is in now. Actually played linebacker at San Diego State. Here's Miller, play action, scrambles around, buys some time. He's going to go to the 40 and out of bounds. So no room there and no gain on 2nd down for the quarterback.
Yeah. If it's not open, just make something happen. I always get nervous when those quarterbacks have that one hand on that football and they're running around.
Well, now you get nervous. You used to love it because you could get that big paw right in there and slap it away back in the day.
It was like a big, big brownie that you just want to knock out.
See, now you're getting everybody hungry. Everyone's trying to be healthy here in the booth, and you're getting everybody hungry as we approach halftime. 3rd and 6, Miller gonna run again, up the middle, across midfield. Cam Miller slides down at the 42-yard line. Pickup of 17 yards on the scramble.
See the hole, good awareness. Pretty good protection by the guys up front.
And, you know, you're seeing some things from him, you know, in this game. He's had a couple of drops, but you see him run it. It's part of the reason last year the Raiders picked him in the 6th round.
Well, look, he's, you know, with Ewers out, he's going to be out for a while. I mean, it certainly gives him, he'd like to get as much playing time as he can and solidify a spot for him during the regular season. I think he's pretty close to having it right now.
Banks with a good play, running Gordon down from behind, and oh boy, Ollie Gordon is down. He went down on that, you know, right shoulder arm. Dolphins earlier in the game had linebacker rookie Trey Moore out of Texas leave the game, and now Gordon is down on the field. And there's Banks from the backside with the tackle.
You know, you see guys get hurt, that shoulder hurt when that arm right there, see, gets that arm tucked in and you land right on the point of your shoulder or elbow, just jams it up in that shoulder. That's a tough situation. It's not fun.
Now they're still working on Ollie Gordon, 2nd year out of Oklahoma State with the Dolphins.
Had a big run earlier, called back.
Jeff Hafley, head coach, out on the field now. Hafley in his first year with the Dolphins as head coach, defensive coordinator for Green Bay the last 2 years. They were top 10 across the board. You know, he really turned things around there. Green Bay loves to disguise the blitzes and the simulated pressure. And good to see Gordon walking off on his own.
He likes the guys that are going to be the starters up front, both from the rush edges and from the inside guys, with the linebackers they've got, with all the different things that he wants to do formation-wise, moving people in and out during the course of a play call where they're calling the signals and, you know, just bringing a guy down, bringing some guy up. And you have some guys that have the opportunity, the ability to do multiple things. You know, you can cover, you can rush, and that's going to give him a lot of leeway to do exactly what he wants to do.
So Jalen Wright comes back in at running back. 2nd and 9. Here's right side across the 40 and sneaks through to the 36-yard line. He picked up 5. Ollie Gordon, as we approach halftime here in the 2-minute warning, makes his way to that Dolphins locker room.
Cole Turner had a pretty nice block in that, give him some room to run.
And one of the tight ends trying to grab a roster spot is Turner. They'll huddle up here, but they won't get the play off. So the Dolphins trying to get on the board late in the first half. When we come back after the 2-minute warning, it'll be 3rd and 4 for Miami at the Giants' 36-yard line.